What's up? We are two guys, one sniper. Pew, 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 pew. And this is our media podcast on media analysis podcast on
American Sniper. Okay, so summary of American Sniper. It was a documentary, kind of movie-ish, about the life of Chris Kyle, who was a former Navy SEAL and former sniper, and he was known as the America's most deadliest military sniper with over, what was it?
They called him the Legend.
The Legend? What was it, 160 kills?
Confirmed, and then 250 claimed or whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Pretty nuts.
Pretty cool resume. Big resume on this
But
guy.
it's about his time he spent in Iraq and all the ethical dilemmas he had that he faced, and then also his home life, and he kind of was he wasn't at home much, so he had to choose between
his family and the military.
Yeah, serving his
country
and his responsibility over there, since he's such a good soldier, and then also the responsibility of being a dad and a husband.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, he got murdered.
Yeah, at the end.
By some
former veteran. Yeah.
Hate that guy.
Yeah.
But anyways, the three of the ethical frameworks shown in this movie. One being the I, it, I, thou. He, in one of the scenes, he had to, it was with the first...
The first opening scene
Yeah.
was him shooting a kid and his mother, because the kid and mother were
trying to
kill
a convoy of American soldiers.
They hit, the mother snuck a bomb to the little kid, and the kid was running towards the military camp, and so Chris had to make that decision when it's I, it versus I, thou. Is this kid a person, or is he now an object in war because he's trying to take out my guys? So
he has
I gotta
to
do my job.
Separate them, and the dilemma is I'm killing this kid, this 5-year-old kid that has his whole life ahead of him, but
and
he's trying to kill possibly 10 American soldiers who are fighting for
So you gotta
the
make
right thing.
that. Yeah, you gotta make that quick and hard choice.
Yeah.
In the moment.
Another one is war theory. Do you want to expand on that, Connor?
Yeah. So war theory basically is talks about the ethical framework of ethical framework of war, and the moral ethics during war, what's right from wrong. What's right from wrong in war. And this also goes hand in hand with I, it versus I, thou. Do you see other soldiers in war as objects or killing people? In war, what's everything could in someone's eyes, war is completely wrong because it's killing multiple people, but in other person's eyes, war ethics could be right because you're defending your country or whatever.
Yeah, doing the right thing.
So war is very...
The greater good.
Yeah, war is a very controversial subject, and so war theory was a big ethical framework.
The scene that portrays war theory in the movie is it also portrays I, thou. Is the scene at the dinner with the Iraqi family, and they take him in, and but then Chris Kyle finds all the guns and the weapons that they had
hidden.
So it's is it right to? They're being so nice to them. They should just kind of be nice to them back, but he finds all the weapons and stuff. So they kind of have to.
So is it
detain him, and
when it comes to war ethics, is it ethically right to now use this very friendly guy that was open to bring the American troops into his home and feed them, is it right to use him as an object now after you discovered that he has
Yeah.
guns and ammunitions? Because that's what they use him for. They use him as a decoy to try to get into one of the Iraqi houses. And as soon as he like got them in using like a code or whatever, knocking on the door, they immediately like shot him.
Yeah.
So
Well, they didn't shoot him right away.
they didn't shoot him right
because
away. He did pick up an AK to defend himself,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Next one we got, the third ethical framework is the image of God. This is the idea that like you should act in the way God would act, like Jesus would act. So perfect.
Like view
yes.
everyone with good
The goal-
intentions.
The golden rule is like the main thing. Just treat other people how you'd like to be treated.
Yeah.
One of the and Chris Kyle always tries to do this because he grew up super religious and he always kept a Bible with him that he actually stole from church.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just kind of
is
ironic.
that ethical to steal a Bible from
Yeah,
church? Like,
exactly.
but it's keeps you safe.
Mm-hmm. But he always kept it with him, even though he didn't like open it up much. And then this particular scene, one of the guys like kind of gets angry with him. Like he doesn't know. He's like he doesn't know what to believe in anymore, because he thinks it's all so messed up. And
Because war like screws up his mindset and everything.
Mm-hmm. But Chris Kyle like basically says they're acting in the image of God by
Protecting their
protecting their country,
Country.
and their
troops. fellow
troops.
So.
But, yeah.
We learned a lot from this film. The main getaway that we took was that war can take a huge toll on one's physical and mental health. Because Chris Kyle had a lot of, I would say, mental issues afterward. There was one scene where it was in the middle of a family barbecue, and the dog was like playing with the kid, and he just like got into his war like instincts and just thought the kid was being attacked by the dog, when in
Yeah.
reality he wasn't. So he went to try to beat the dog, and then everyone saw him.
He's like,
So-
whoa.
Took a huge toll on his mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And he also had a bunch of friends get killed and shot like right in front of him,
Yeah.
and saw a lot of dead bodies and human heads.
One thing that this movie also focuses on is just the challenging decisions and ethical decisions that
Yeah.
soldiers have to make, like the ones we talked about with the kid and all that. Later, there's a scene with a kid also, and this is after he becomes a father, so he kind of like views it in a different way. He's like crying as he's looking through the scope, and he's like, drop it, you son of a B-word."
Yeah.
And fortunately, the kid
The
drops
kid ends
the
up dropping the bazooka.
Bazooka.
And runs away. So
But yeah, he would have, if the kid kept going with it,
he would
like
have
any longer, like
He
he
would
would
have
have
had
to shoot him.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. It's so hard because like you don't know if he would have dropped it. Like
Yeah.
let's say the kid held it up like another 10 seconds, Chris Kyle would have shot him, but it could have been 11 seconds and he drops it and runs away.
Yeah. Like you never know when
it's
you have to
tough.
make those decisions.
Well, but yeah, our sources references will be in the in a little doc
Yeah.
also submitted.
We felt very sad at the end of the movie after discovering how Chris died and how he like went through all that sacrifice to survive all those tours in Iraq, and then to finally like make it home to his family and stuff.
Mhm.
And while he's helping other veterans and stuff, a veteran ends up shooting him
Yeah.
while at a target practice.
Him
target range.
him and another
Him
veteran.
and another veteran
Yeah.
were both killed by
So
a
sad.
veteran. So
It's kind of funny how like, not funny, but it's ironic how like he was in the most dangerous place he
Ever.
could be.
like for
And-
a long time and survived, and then came back, and then that's how he like
Yeah, and like
Got
at
killed.
home should be the safe place.
But that's
Where he's
ended
not
up-
in danger of
Yeah,
getting killed, like
And that's where
by
he gets-
guns or anything.
that's where he gets killed.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, our citations and references will be in our description.
Down below.
So yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you guys for watching our podcast. 2 guys, 1 sniper, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy.